Alright, it's time to explore Silvermoon. Have you ever wondered why you can't fly here? Well, let me just go up above everything real quick. And you see how very few things have roofs on them? Oops, I think I just went through a wall. Yeah, that happens whenever I go through walls. See, you can look down right there. I think I was going through a bush or something. There's not really roofs on anything. Is it roofs? I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Oh well, you guys will be more than happy to point that out in the comments. It seems kind of buggy. It might just be the tool I'm using in order to actually free roam. But it looks like in order to fix this, to make it flyable, all they'd have to do is just add roofs to it. But then again, a lot of it just isn't there. So like, they would have to add it in and then make it so that you don't fall through it, and that might have some problems, you know, for some areas where you could still fall in. And Blizzard, thankfully, is all about high quality stuff, so they wouldn't want to put that out and associate their name with it with just a quick fix like that. I'm saying that, but I'm pretty sure there's some people who probably don't agree with that. But for the most part, when you compare it to other video games, Blizzard does a good job of like ironing out bugs and shit. Not perfect, obviously, but I've played way buggier games where the developers just don't give a shit. So it's pretty nice over here. And it's basically, yeah, there's just like no roofs. Roofs. Sounds so wrong. There's no like ceilings on anything. There are some ceilings though. It's not like 100% like, oh wow, even the walls don't really have anything to them. If I go inside, wait, can you actually look up from here? No, I went through the wall. You can't really see any of this unless you're, you know, flying above. I don't think there's really a way to get up here and live unless there's some kind of wall jumping tricks I don't know about. Alright, so what to explore next? You see, I actually had made this video already, like a month or two ago, so I already know some really good spots to look at. But the thing is, like the recorder I use in order to record the video, I usually use one that's in really good quality, but for some reason when I use it on this server, it just lags like crazy. The actual like playback of it. Well, I'm doing everything, it's all fine. There's no frame rate issues, but whenever I look at any like of my recordings of these videos, they're always like really choppy and I don't know why. I think I just need to upgrade my graphics card or something. But I don't really know how to do that. I am completely computer illiterate. So yeah, that has nothing to do with exploring this stuff, but look, this is underneath this thing that they don't let you jump down into. Look, there's nothing here. Let me go look at something a little bit more interesting. Alright, so this spot right here, let's see, where is it relative to everything else? Let me go all the way up top and see if I can look around real quick. I don't know, it's just kind of off to the corner. But anyways, if you go underneath the shop right here, there's this box. It's just a random box. Like everything else you can kind of see. Like the mountains off in the background, I could probably increase the view distance, you'd be able to see it all, or if I turned off the fog of war. But mainly, yeah, it's just that big ass thing I was exploring in the previous clip, and then just this random box. And if you go inside the box, there's nothing in there. If there was anything in there, it would like show when you're inside of it. If there's nothing, it just shows nothing, like it's doing right now, but yeah, let's go underneath it. It's actually kind of hard to configure this around. Underneath the box, it has like a floor to it. It's literally just a box under Undercity. I mean, Silvermoon. So yeah, that's the thing. Alright, so the next thing we'll be looking at, you see whenever you're in Silvermoon, and you're going to like a new quarter in here, you have to go around these statues of Quel'danas. Or this other random blood elf. But every time you go into like a new section of the city, you have to go around this thing. Of course, I can just go through it, since I can just go through everything. But over here, where this wall is blocked off, because like on the other side is the dead zone, I think. If you actually go through the wall, it has like a thing, the Kel'thas statues, and the thing to go around it, but it's all blocked off. Like you can see outside of it right now, but when I go over, see, there's a wall. It's all blocked off, so players will never be able to see inside here. But inside here is just the statues, which means maybe Blizzard had allowed people to actually go in over here, because, I mean, there's like a staircase too. And it's modeled inside of here, like everything inside the zone is modeled, and I'm pretty sure you can probably just get in live. It doesn't really seem like it's that hard to jump over that thing, if you can just like walk over it normally. Because I mean, that's all that's separating you from going inside, and I'm saying all this, but maybe it's probably not blocked off. So let's just go under the assumption that you can get in here. So let's say you can get in here. It would be very easy for them to just remove this wall and have like another way inside Silvermoon, because currently there's only one way to get out. It was actually kind of hard for me to find when I first started playing, because like half of my characters are Blood Elves, so I know this zone decently well, better than I know most other major cities. Well, I know a lot of the Horde ones like the back of my hand, but Silvermoon is one that most Horde players... I don't know, I say most Horde players, but a third of Horde players are Blood Elves, so I assume most of them know Silvermoon too. Now that I'm thinking about it, I was like, oh, nobody ever goes to Silvermoon. Oh, wait, actually, Blood Elves are the most popular race in the game, just like in general. So I assume lots of people went over here, and yeah, this wall is like good to go. All they have to do is just remove this texture, and you could go over here into the Dead Scar, or whatever it's called. And everything in here is like fully textured, because I remember exploring everything in here. Like there's even these little bridges up here that lead, well, to nowhere, but I think one of them has a room. Alright, so this is the main bridge of the Dead Scar. And there's a door which leads into a wall. You see, this is just the entrance from like the Blood Elf starting zone into the other part of the starting zone. I mean, this is all the starting zone, but oh look, there's a little bridge down here too. This is just inside the wall. I guess there's nothing there. What about this one? Inside here? Yeah, it's just inside a wall too. There's nothing special over here. Alright, let's go look at something else then. Alright, how about we explore behind the main keep, where the Blood Elves are at. You see, this is where my body is at. So you can see NPCs around it. You can only see NPCs where my body is resting while I go and do the free roam stuff. So here's the giant crystal here. Oops, I'm beside a wall. I'm pretty sure they replaced this with the Sunwell, so shouldn't this be changed, or unless this is just something else that I have no idea about. I don't know. But there's crystals with like little eyes, and actually if you go inside them and look at the eyes, they just follow you. No matter where you go, it'll always be facing you. And behind Silvermoon, oh look at this right here. I'm not even that far above, and I can see, look, this isn't even connected all the way. How lazy, Blizzard. Look, if people were to look behind this, they could see all of this blunder. And it's possible to get behind Silvermoon too, but it's not possible to get to a high enough vantage point without like view distance and stuff. So let's go all the way down here and look up at it as a normal player would. And if you look up at it from the floor, it all looks fine. You see, Blizzard had planned everything from like eye level. And then if you go up a little bit, then you can see, you know, all of the smoke and mirrors. It's not solid objects. It's all just for show. It's all a lie. Nothing's real. Alright, so this next thing is something that's not actually in Silvermoon. It's directly behind it. So let's see, if you look right here, this is Silvermoon City, and if I go straight into this direction, Alright, we're almost there. This is directly behind Silvermoon. I increased my camera speed, but it's still kinda slow. And if I look back, you can still kind of see Silvermoon. Not really. If I turn down the Fog of War, you probably would be able to see it, but I don't want to. And what is this over here? What's this building behind Silvermoon? It's actually the Sunreaver Island. The island they had in the Burning Crusade with a whole bunch of daily quests on it. That's all it is. And this is just the raid. The Sunwell Plateau, I think. Sunwell Plateau. I don't know why I said that weird. Yeah, Sunreaver Isle. I think that's what it's called. I'm probably getting this wrong. I should really, look these things up before I do this video. But I don't really care. You guys know what I'm talking about, probably. I mean, this is probably common knowledge that this is behind Silvermoon, or on the same island, and it's just out in the fatigue zone. But I didn't know that at first. And if I didn't know that, and it's my job to research random facts about WoW, then there's probably other people who didn't know that either. So yeah, the Sunreaver Isle is on the same map, I think, as Silvermoon. You know, I say that, but maybe this area just exists in here and the actual island takes place on its own instance version, but I don't think that's true. Because also, Hellfire Peninsula, like Outlands, is on the same map too. It's just like really far out by the, whatchamacallit, Blood Elf starting zone. And so is the Draenei starting zone. It's also on the same map. So it's not too far-fetched to think that the Sunreaver Isle is just, this is just straight up the Sunreaver Isle. It's just behind Silvermoon. Because they didn't want to create their own instance for it, and they just added it to the Silvermoon instance. Since it has the Draenei starting zone, all of Outlands, the Ghostlands, they pretty much just put everything in the expansion onto one map. And they just separated all by distance. They don't really do that anymore. Everything's generally on their own map. Hey look, this is the raid entrance. Alright, so the next thing I wanted to check was the ETC band. Like, they're always up here, and there's no way to actually get up here to talk to them. And if you look behind the band, there's no door. And if you go inside the building, there's no way to get up here. How are these guys... Are they just teleported up here? Because there's no stairs. There's, like, fans down here. And if you go inside the building... Ooh, it goes up. It goes up somewhere, and then it just ends at, like, a bed. So, that's neat. Also, there's one other thing I saw while I was, like, setting up this shot. Because I had to get my character over here so the NPCs would spawn. There's this one thing over here. Actually, you know what? I'll just cut to it. Alright, so it's this thing right here. This isn't exactly hidden. This is just like where the blacksmith and engineering things are at, I think. But this thing looks cool. I've never noticed this before. The like red stuff going down into the lava. That's so metal. Alright, so this next thing is technically not inside Silvermoon. It's something all the way in the Ghostlands. I think this will probably be the last thing I look at. And I'll probably just cut over to it. Alright, here it is. This is like a little troll questing area. The troll dungeon is like all the way over there somewhere. The entrance to it. But anyways, the only reason I say that is because if you go underground right here, you can see like this wall. This obvious like troll architecture wall. I'm pretty sure this is just like straight up the dungeon entrance to the troll raid. But the troll raid isn't over here. This is just like randomly underground. In fact, here, I'll go over to the troll raid. It's nearby. But that's not it. That's just a random thing underground. Yeah, so here's the troll raid. It does look pretty much exactly the same now that I'm looking at it. It's just the doors are closed. So this could just be the server I'm on, honestly. But it's weird that the entrance to the dungeon is also just randomly under a mountain, like all the way over to the left, just near some like troll villages. It's kind of funny. Also, I think the dungeon is on this map as well. Despite going behind it, there's nothing there. And also these trees go like hella far underground. I don't think I've ever seen anything go that far underground before. Oh yeah, you see, look, there's the raid. It's just a little bit further away. What happens over here? This is the entrance, and there's nothing here. Oh, so like this one's blocked off too. This is like... So they have like 3 models of this. Okay, so the raid is just like randomly behind a mountain. Not a raid, it's a dungeon. It was a remade dungeon for this zone. Or maybe it was a raid back in BC. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was a raid in BC, and then it got remade into a dungeon in Cataclysm. Yeah, there's nothing really special about it. If you go underneath, though, you see a lot of these, like, purple and white boxes. I'm not sure why there's so many of them, though. But whatever, look at those trees. Look how far they go underground. People get mad, though, if I look at trees too much. But, I mean, look how far they go on. Nah, I know people don't care. Okay, so... I think that'll be it. There's not much more to explore at Silvermoon, other than the fact that it doesn't really have roofs to its buildings, so you can just see through it all. And also, if you go all the way to like the right past it, Outlands is on this map as well. I don't know if you guys actually want to see that though, and it takes forever to get there. You know what, I might as well. Alright, so for this last shot I had to mess with the view distance a little bit so I'd actually be able to see it, and I turned up the speed to max. So Outlands should be out here somewhere. So I'm just gonna go and then look for it, and then I'll probably turn this back on once I can see it again, as long as I don't get lost. Okay, here it is. That actually didn't take as long as I thought it would. Here's Outlands. And I was just in Silvermoon a second ago. In fact, let me go back. Wow, I've never actually turned up the speed to max before. So yeah, here's Silvermoon again. And if I go further to the right, I actually just flew over Silvermoon. Actually, you know what? I think this is the Isle of Quel'danas. That's what it's called. I kept forgetting what it was called. Alright, okay, let's go all the way back to Outlands. Assuming it doesn't take too long. Ah, here it is. Oh, look, there's the thing. I'm blanking on its name right now. Tempest Keep, I think. Here's Nether Space. Here's Gorgrond. Wait, is it called Gorgrond? No, I think it's called something else. And this is Zangamarsh. And this is Terrakar. Over here is Nagrand. Man, I'm going super fast right now. I didn't know this was possible to go at these speeds. This is not Hellfire. This is Black Temple. Hellfire Citadel. Well, actually, yeah, Hellfire Citadel is over here. And this is Hellfire Peninsula. I have view distance like turned as high as it can go, which is not very high when you're going at these kinds of speeds. So it's not all rendering out very well. I'm not sure if it'll be laggy or not when I actually show the recording. But yeah, here's the Dark Portal. And if I go directly behind the Dark Portal, I think it takes us to the Draenei starting zone. I think, unless I'm lost. Did I miss it? So this is why I had to do the view distance thing, because without it I would be completely lost. No, I think I just went back to Black Temple. Okay, let me just go again and just keep going straight. Oh, here we go. I see some land. I wasn't even going for that long. And it looks like I'm back in the Ghostlands. Going super quick. There's Silvermoon. Let's go. While I'm going at this like insane speed, I might as well go see the Draenei starting zone. It's somewhere over here, I think. Or maybe I'm completely lost. Oh, here it is. It was near the Ghostlands, like I remember. Yeah, this is the Draenei starting zone. But this video isn't about exploring these things. It's about Silvermoon, so I think it's nice to call it a break from here. If you know any other neat places that could be explored with a free roam camera like this on my private sandbox server, just let me know.